The movie Weapons 2025. Is it worth going to see? Is it worth your meat, your money, energy, attention, and time? Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and let's get it. Directed and written by Zach Kreger, who wrote the blockbuster Barbarian. You need to see it. You need to see Barbarian. He's done it again. And he told Cinemark in a recent interview that he was inspired to write this. The movie takes place a couple months ago when all but one kid from a classroom decides that at the same time, 2:17 a.m., they would leave their home, run into the darkness to never be seen or heard from again. And we as the viewers are trying to get to the bottom of what went down. The story starts as a narrative voiceover of a little kid, which is not annoying. Usually voiceovers are very annoying to me, but I think it was relevant and necessary in this particular case. And then as you get through the intro, you start to see the story progress.
Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And you know why?
So we follow multiple POVs that are seemingly interesting as you progress through the point of views. It gives you this vibe of the movies like Crash or Hoodwinked or Vantage Point. Those are some of the movies that came to mind when I'm looking at it from these different perspectives. But ironically, they add substance to the entire story. So you have multiple likable characters. Julia Gardner playing Justine, who is the main character, drunken mess.
You need to leave. That is disgusting.
Given the circumstances, she absolutely kills this role. But my favorite character was Josh Brolin, who played Archie. And ironically, it was supposed to be Pedro Pascal to play this character.
You guys come to AMC theaters, what movie you want to see? You want to see a Pedro Pascal movie? You want to see a Pedro Pascal movie? Or do you want to see a Pedro Pascal movie?
And no offense to Pedro, but I've had enough of him for 2025. I'm like, is there any other actor dads out there other than Pedro Pascal? Done with him. Some of the things I really like about this movie is the detail. I love a good character development movie, especially a horror film that really makes you appreciate and care for the characters before something happens to them. And then when it does, you have this oh well moment because you didn't know them like that, right? So I like the fact that they did have some good character development around the characters here. I also like the pace. It didn't feel forced. Sometimes when I'm watching an action movie, every 2 minutes, they got to put in an action scene so they can snap your attention back to the movie. I didn't feel like this did this. This also prepared you for jump scares. Not a lot of movies kind of prepare you for jump scares. And I think that if you're jump scare adverse, you'll be fine here. Some of the things I did not like about the film was the ending. It was mediocre, cliche, telegraphed. It could have been a little more climatic. Another thing is the analytical message of Weapons did not occur to me to the third act. And maybe for you all, you've seen it before, but it took me a little bit to understand why this film is called Weapons. And lastly, the POVs, some of the POVs had more airtime than others, which I thought was a bit redundant. I'm like, hey, why does this one have more airtime? They were fun, but then I was thinking to myself, like, hey, this one could have had a longer life than that one right there. Why did they decide to give this one a little bit more airtime? So what's my take? Definitely Marbar approved. I would see it again in theaters and get the Blu-ray because it was a breath of fresh air for the horror genre. Tell me, did you see it already? What did you think about it? Was I off a little bit? Leave a comment down in the comments section. Hit that like and subscribe button. I love you all consensually. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Peace.